So good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to the kickoff session for the Google Solution Challenge, uh, which is organized by Google. So I'm Hardik. I'm core team member of GDSC, Google Developer Student Clubs, IIITA Allahabad chapter. Okay, so yeah, I will not say in Hindi. Okay, so first of all, what is Solution Challenge? So the Google Developer Student Clubs 2022 Solution Challenge is a competition for university students to build solutions for problems in the community using Google technology. So basically, uh, there are all over the world, all over the globe, there are many more than 176 Google Developer Student Clubs. So this so the Google Solution Challenge is basically a competition or a solution building competition where you have to build a solution for a local problem. For example, we are at a GDSC IIIT Allahabad, but we are in India. So our GDSC belongs to India. So basically, we have to find a problem in India. It can be anything. We will give you some examples of the projects which can be built, and we have to the main focus on this platform, on this solution challenges. You build a solution, and it should solve some community problem. Plus there is a condition. It's not exactly a condition, but it should be built on a Google technology. But everything you build is as you if you even if you build an Android app, Android is a Google technology, right? You are building a backend, and for backend, if you want to deploy that backend, and also in Android or Flutter apps, even Flutter is a Google technology if you want to go cross platform. So basically, Google Cloud, uh, even if you want to deploy a backend, then also you have to use Google Cloud, right? So that's not a limitation to it, but the main focus of this challenge is to solve a community problem. Okay, so as I asked you in the start of the session, so that how many students have joined in a hackathon, right? So in hackathons, basically earlier it was like there was a theme, like some themes were given for the hackathons to make a project in 3 days. But solution challenge is not like that. So basically, the theme, you can say, the theme of Google Solution Challenge 2022 is United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals using Google technology. Basically, these are the 17 goals of United Nations. So, which is no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, and you can read them. But the main point being, the fact that as it is, ki, if you are building a solution to a problem, for example, even if there, for example, I like saw some solutions which were selected in earlier top 10. So basically, if your area is a flood prone area, if your area is a very flood prone and a lot of floods occur there, so if you can build a solution so that instant updates to the to the locals plus the authorities are given, then even that is a solution, right? And these solutions always are covered in one of these 17 UN's 17 UN's goals, right? Sustainable Development Goals. So you can read them and get an idea about what type of solution you can build. So gender equality, basically, as we build Inclusivo, it's a diversity-based hiring platform. So it can solve gender equality issue, right? Clean water and sanitization, which is the right to every human being, affordable and clean energy. So these are the 17 goals, and you have to also tell, you have to also, while submitting your solution, you have to tell what UN goals your solution is fulfilling. Okay. So next slide. Okay, so this is the timeline for Google Solution Challenge 2022. So as it is Feb 3rd now, so registration for this were opened from January 11, and so you have to now, you have a time phase of February and March, so 2 months basically, and you have to prepare. You have to come up with an idea to solve a community problem. Plus, in this time zone, in this time gap only, you have to prepare a solution too. And to submit the solution, the submissions will open on 15th March. So we have ample of time to think about solutions also, and to build and build a product also, right? And March 31 is the deadline where the submissions close. But basically, sometimes the submissions deadline can be extended, as you might are aware of that this fact, right? So April month is basically the time zone where time gap where the solutions are evaluated by the Google team, and then top 50 global teams are selected. So basically, in Google Solution Challenge 2021, I think 50 out of 50 teams, 11 Indian teams were selected. 11 teams from the Indian region were selected, and are inclusive. Our GDSC IIITA Allahabad's team was one among them. And then one mentor is provided. So mentor is provided on which your solution is built, right? So you can get a mentor of Flutter also, if he's uh, he's a developer in Google, in Flutter technologies or Google Cloud technologies. So yeah, mentorship phase is from May to June, in May only. So in May, you can improve your solution, and you have to give a final submission by the end of May. And then in June, top 10 teams are announced, and you can also see a YouTube video for that. The top 10 selected teams for Google Solution Challenge 2021, and then top 3 winners are announced. So these are all the steps. Yeah. So basically, as I told you, these are the steps. What I just said, these are just the steps which would be a part of your journey if you are applying for the Google Solution Challenge. So yeah. So what is the judging criteria? So a panel of judges from Google will use the following criteria to evaluate and score all submissions. So basically, what impact your solution is creating on the people is evaluated based on 60 points, and the technology you are using is on 40 points. Even if your Android app is on React Native or something like that, it doesn't matter. But if your product is creating a change, if it's solving some problem, then it's fine. So this is the marks distribution for the impact part. So the first, so the 10 marks are given for the point that if does the entry establish a clear challenge focused on one or more of the United Nations 7 Sustainable Development Goals. Is it explained in a clear manner with specific sustainable development goal targets they are looking to solve for? So basically, 10 points are given for how much clear it is as per with the theme sustainable goals, 17 sustainable goals. So second is 20 marks are given for how effective does the solution address the challenge identified by the team. So you have identified a challenge, identified a problem, how effectively your solution is solving that. So is there evidence of a next step? Does the team display a plan for future extension if they were to continue? 10 points are given for that. Uh, if you are giving some updates that we can add this to our product too, this is also evaluated. Is there evidence that solution has been thoroughly tested with real users? So yeah, this is a very important point. Basically, uh, this impact section, this has also a very much uh, uh, this is also a very much weightage, so that you are testing your product on the people which are facing that problem. So you have to go to real users, and that basically can occur in the mentoring phase. So mentor will ask you to do that. So this has also a very great weightage. And fifth point is there evidence that solution was iterated upon based on user feedback? So basically that's why user feedback is must. So we have to get regular updates from the users that, for example, there was a solution for dementia in the solution challenge 2021. So for the for the client side app, they created a very simple user interface in which with one single click of button they can send an emergency call. So they didn't want it to make the app make their solution very difficult to understand for the clients which are facing a problem of dementia. So that's also a very great part. For this part you have to you have to change entire UI of your app, entire visible screen of your app based on the user feedback, and that also has a very great they will evaluate you that if it is creating impact in that regard. Yeah. So technology. Yeah, the slides would be shared with you, obviously. So so these are the points. These are the weightages of technology part. So does the solution implement all the technical components needed to solve the challenge? Has the team clearly explained what Google technology they used? This has 10 marks. Why, and included guidance on how to run their code. So that's a basic thing. Uh, that's the basic thing in every competition of product building. It is obviously there. Does the video demonstration show the working solution and how a user will interact with the solution? We have to also create a video demonstration. We'll share you with the links of our solutions. Does the demonstration highlight how the Google technologies are implemented and also mention the value of the technology provides the users? Has the team made effective product and technical decisions for this solution? So these are the 4 points on which your technology would be evaluated. Okay, so that's the fun part. That's the part for which we participate in such competitions. So some major prizes that all the participants will receive: Google Developers Digital Profile Badge and an official certificate. So uh, so uh, previously there was no t-shirt for the top 50 teams. We would have shown you that, but top 50 teams would receive customized mentorship from Googlers, an expert to take solutions to the next level. As told, the mentorship would be provided. They would also be given a branded t-shirt and certificate for being selected in top 50 teams, and top 10 finalists will receive additional mentorship for expanding their solution, for getting support from Google for their solution. They will also receive a swag box and the opportunity to showcase solutions to Googlers and developers all around the world at demo day live on YouTube. So there is a demo day which is telecasted live on the YouTube. So that's an opportunity that top 10 will get. So the contest finalist will get a swag box and cash prize of $1,000 per student, and that's a very big amount for the finalist. So uh, basically that's what a contest finalist will get. And winnings for so basically team can be up to four members. You can make a team, and winnings for each qualifying team will not exceed $4,000. So basically, as I told you that at max 4 people can be in your team. You can take help from other people, obviously, but uh, during participation, you will have to tell the names of 4 students, and top 3 winners will get a swag box, a cash prize of $3,000, a feature block, and winnings for each qualifying team will not exceed $12,000. So basically, yeah, finalists will get 10,000, and top 3 team will get an additional cash prize. Yeah. So these are the resources for which you can take help for preparing for the solution challenge. So this is prepared by Google developers student clubs all over the world. Yeah. So this is a video of calling out students. You can check it out on YouTube. The PPT will be shared with you, and there's a video of discussion on UN 17 goals and ideas. You can have a clear idea of, you can even get an, while viewing these videos, you can get a picture of what product you can build, right? So major focus is, you have to look around and see if there is a problem in your country. And in India, there's a, you know, there are no limitations to problems. The problems are everywhere. So, and the third video is how to build a project and help from each and every GDS member or core team members. You can directly contact us and we will try to solve these two. Okay, so next slide. Okay, yeah, so that's an interesting part. So many of you might, so you see, I was among one of them who participated in 30 days of Google Cloud Challenge, which was organized by GDSC. But so our IIIT Allahabad chapter also organized this 30 days of Google Cloud. So basically, those of you who had earlier participated in that might be aware of Code Labs. So Code Labs is basically a Google platform only. So basically, it contains, for example, if you want to, I can give you an example of cloud technologies. So basically, if you want to learn cloud, so what it will do, it will give you a blog, step process, and that everyone like step-by-step guide on how to do something on Google Cloud. So it can be starting the Kubernetes engine and something like that, and many things like that. So, so for 30 days of Google Cloud, we were given free credits. And what basically Code Labs platform is, you are given a temporary cloud account with free credits, and in which you can get a hands-on practice on the blog that is written there. So, so these are some self-paced code labs from which you can study Kotlin or Firebase and Flutter. The official Flutter, the official, Google, even in our Discord, if you have joined our Discord server, our Discord community, you will see there are some Discord links on the official, how to make Flutter apps, which is from Google. So this will also be shared with you. You can use Assistant to Google Cloud Assistant and other things like that also. So there are two videos to help you build. And as you all know that Google technologies are really simple to operate, right? They are not that difficult. And you are some of the brightest minds that have joined our institute. So these are some of the resources from which you can prepare for the solution challenge. Yeah. Yeah, so you can check out all the videos to prepare. So just wait for a second. Okay, so now I would like to invite Sneha ma'am. She's
Thank you so much, Hardik. Thank you for the introduction and telling us about the solution challenge, how we can, try to solve different problems and how we can approach it. And I will take over from here. Right now, I would like to invite Sneha Mishra, who is SWE intern at Intute and also the Adobe VIT 2021 winner. She is a developer, she is a coder, and she knows how to build. So there is a lot to learn, there is a lot to discuss, and I think she is here with us. Hello, Sneha ma'am.
Hi everyone. How are you all doing?
All of us are good, and we are waiting to listen to much more and discuss a lot with you. First of all, I would like to ask, how are you and what are you doing nowadays?
Right now, I guess I'm working on a lot of things parallelly. So There's college, there's internship, and I'm one venturing into the blockchain and the Web3 space. So yeah, just and also like doing community stuff to help wherever I can. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome to hear. And I hope you get through it. So, we would like to start the session and ask you about what was your motivation for participation in Solution 2021?
Okay, so here's the thing. So I'll try to answer this question in perspective of uh, you as a student, you as a builder, and like just someone who just wants to try something out. Okay, so the first thing is that if you're a builder who's just trying to like understand how products are made from scratch. So from a software developer perspective, how you actually ideate on any problem. So you think of a problem, you can think of some solution, but is it the right solution? Is it the right market fit? Like if you pitch that solution, would people actually be I don't know, inclined towards solving that problem through that solution? Okay, and there are a lot of questions in the very initial ideation phase that we as software developers we just skim over them and we just get to the development part right away. And what this ends into is that basically we end up creating we create solutions and then we find the problems for that, like how AI technology is being used right now. So it's not necessary to use it everywhere, but we just throw around the word and we just try to like backtrack back to the okay, how can we use AI to solve a particular problem? There is no problem like that. So this is the kind of uh, like issue that happens when we as software developers just go like right into coding but skip the initial ideation part. So I think solution challenge is a place where you can actually understand at the core on what a problem is, how you can solve that problem, who do you contact, who is the target audience for this product, and how you can exactly, I don't know, like just ask questions, do some market research, understand this completely, and then you just go about starting it. Like, so I remember when we started, I remember Anjali, I remember Hardik. All of these guys, we were like, just reading up a lot. We were doing a lot of research in the initial stages. We were reading blogs and all of this to understand how are other people implementing this. Is this a solution local to India? Is this a solution? Is this a problem that is faced by the entire world? So what are the solutions that are already present there? Are they enough? What do they lack? What do they have that we want? So these are all questions that we started answering, and through this we understood a lot of things about the whole space. Now this is all about as a builder, how you can go about it, or maybe if you guys are into entrepreneurship, how you can actually go into building a product. But that might not excite you, so you might be thinking, okay, that's fine, but all right, can we just get to the software developer part already? Okay, but the thing there is that, okay, even from a software development perspective, the solution that we built, and we'll show you, it was actually really huge, and we built this, I think, in a span of 2-3 months. And it was like a complete end-to-end product. We leveraged a lot of different technologies. So we leveraged cloud technologies, we leveraged machine learning, AI based technologies, we leveraged normal front end back end technologies, and we also added really cool like design elements there that can actually make the whole experience very user friendly. We paid attention to translations that people across India can understand, and we paid attention to accessibility so that it can be accessible to users who are not able to use a computer the way you and I can. So these are all things that we took into consideration, and these are all, and the most important thing is that we worked together in a team. So these are all things that we discount as developers, but when you actually go into an industry setting, you'll understand the importance of working together in a development, team. It's not only about writing beautiful code or something like that spans maybe 3 or 4 lines and it solves a huge issue. No, it's about code readability. It's about that other people can also understand your code and collaborate on it. So we all of us collaborated a lot on GitHub. We discussed, and we used to like run into problems, used to open issues, used to close pull requests. All of these things were happening, and I think the growth during this period was immense for all of us. Now this is from a software development perspective. Now this also might not excite a lot of the people here, and they might say, okay, but I'm kind of lazy. Like I don't want to do all of this hard work. What is there in it for me? So then I come to the last and the very final kind of if you are this kind of person, then the reason why you should do it is because it's a really, really good add to your resume. So I think if for any of the guys here, you can just ask them, by building this product, did it help them during the interviews, or any kind of, like, they went through all of their coding and all of those things right now. So building this product, you can just ask them, like, whenever they had like the interviews, this was one product that they showed, and since they worked on it, on such a huge product, they had really good understanding of it. They can explain the interviews about their code, and then they were able to get through the interview. So these are all small things, but they do add up. And because they had worked on this, they had a really good grasp on certain computer science subjects as well. Like, for example, database is something that is used very, very often when you work with, like, backend solutions, and then we also worked on optimizations. If our API endpoint, if I'm sorry if this is like gibberish to some people here, but let's just say there's a request that you're, just opening, like, getting some data from somewhere. It's taking a lot of time to fetch that data because the number of records is very high. So how do you optimize in this problem? So it was also like, how you do it on competitive coding, how you can optimize, how you can, like, reduce the number of loops, reduce the time complexity somehow. So these kind of things. So it was a mixture of all of these things. And yeah, so I guess this would be more or less the complete motivation for all different sets of people who would like to contribute to the solution challenge. I'm sorry for a
Um,
really comprehensive answer.
No, but the thing that you said about, researching about first what you want to work upon, and then going forward is something very important, because whenever there is a hackathon or there is a solution challenge, we as students, as we are naive, we tend to be more inclined towards the technology, like, let's use React, or let's use some other languages, but having a good research upon what solution we have to build really helps us till the end. And we also get to experience teamwork, which is something that I completely agree with, because I was there when we were building Inclusivo, and all of us worked together to make different elements come and work. Apart from that, this, participating in solution challenge does add to your resume. So all the people who are present here, this is one of the major plus points, that if not anything, do it for the resume, do it for making a project that you can call your own, and that you can explain and show it off to other people. um, Now, coming back to the next question that we have for you, Sneha ma'am, is that how did you define? How did you find the problem statement to work on? Because as you already mentioned, it was a lot of research work, but there are 17 UN topics that we could have worked with. How and why did we end up working with the diversity one?
Yeah, so the idea behind working with the diversity one was that it was not like it was like a thing ki, okay, we'll work on something related to diversity, or because right now I think a lot of this gets a really bad name, to be very honest. But I'll try to break down why we went with it, and I want you to understand this from a perspective of someone who is like trying to reach a really wide audience, trying to solve a problem that can connect with a lot of people. So the thing that we found was that, first of all, the diversity hiring in India is broken. It favors a lot of it favors only one set of people, and it does not care about other diverse people out here. So, like, right now there's a lot of women hiring drives going on, but there's nothing when we talk about people who are like physically challenged, or people who are like veterans, or if there are their policies for working mothers, policies for the LGBTQI plus community. So there's very little work there, and there's a lot of work here. So I just see that companies find this as an easy route to go ahead with, because they do not know how to target this audience. But there's a lot of people out there who are not able to get this opportunity because there is no right channel for them. This was one of the huge issues that we found. And the second reason was that, if you understand, like, for an economy to function really well, the one of the major things that we can do is recruitment, to give people the opportunities that they are seeking. And that's a huge major boost, and the market size of that would also be really, really huge. So even if that like, if you just do a percentage check of that, you and we really found some interesting stats as well, which basically just meant like only 2 to 3% of the people in this particular groups were actually getting any sort of jobs, which is very, it's terrifying given that there's so many people out there, but these people are just denied opportunities because of these things, which should not be the case. So after drilling down on all of these things, it seemed right to go with the solution for a recruitment based solution, and to include all of these groups, and to pose it in a way that it becomes very easy for the companies to also hire these candidates. We also try to break down the this myth that okay, they are not capable, or whatever society has just incorporated. And how could we do it? We also offered like upskilling or educational resources on the app, so that everyone can learn from it. So all of these whatever stereotypes are there, it's all shattered. So this was the whole reason behind working on this problem statement. Now a lot of what I'm saying right now might sound a bit more theoretical, but the thing that we do, and I think everyone should do while finding a problem statement to work on, is to rely a lot on data points. So we collected a lot of stats here to understand what is happening. And I think there was a video that I think they might show you guys later. So yeah, maybe you can see that and you will understand why this was really a good problem statement to work on. Based on the United Nations 17 sustainable goals, I think this was something that was able to hit 3 or 4 areas, because this was something which was able to reduce economic inequalities. This was something which was able to help with the women rights and the rights of the marginalized societies. And yeah, so this was more or less a really, really good approach, in my opinion, to work on this problem statement.
Something that I would like to add on is that before, we didn't just go ahead with the diversity point as soon as we started. It took us about half a month or maybe 3 weeks to
Right.
get down to it and cut down other options, because we also as a team and as GDSC and other people working in it, we explored different areas. There were I still remember us discussing about maybe an app that could be used by blind people, where we can scan QR codes, or something related to VR. So it's a lot of, when you look at the solution at the end, it's just that you just see the final product. There is a lot of thought and a lot of research that goes on to it, and it's completely natural. So give yourselves time to think about the topic and then go ahead with it, because it's completely natural. Okay, so how did you form the team, Sneha ma'am? How was the team formed?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say excellent addition to the previous answer. And yeah, coming to the team part, so the way I think we worked with it was that because we were a very tight knit group at that time, and we used to discuss everything. So although the team size could only be four, the ideas and everything, we worked collaboratively on all of that. And because we only could keep 4 people as the core contributors, you can say. So anyone who was comfortable with the tech stack, we decided to move ahead with them, because we needed to move fast. But all of the research, all of the content, all of the research, and all of the link, I don't know how do I present it, but all sorts of upper level or the high level ideas were done by most of the, every person of the team was like thinking about all of these ideas, especially Anjali and Hardik. I think were the major elements there to how to ideate and how to actually present that information in a way that anyone would like to use your solution. And I'll come to I'll circle back later to this point why this is really important. But I think we can move ahead for now.
Yes, by the way, to all the people who are present here, all of you can form teams. I am not sure, maybe we can make a team of 4 people, and it is not necessary to be a part of GDSC in order to be able to participate in this competition. So, if you guys are really thinking about it, do form a team and do start thinking about ideas. Okay, so how was your complete journey, ma'am?
Okay, so complete journey. I think it was a roller coaster, right? So like we started and we had really less time, and we were like working really super fast at that time. So by the time we submitted the solution, I think we were really happy on getting the solution down, completing all the elements of the app. We were able to develop a web application. We were able to develop a mobile application, and we had a lot of features in the very first version. And I think we were very happy. But you know what happened? What happened next was that like we got selected in the top 50. Then we were assigned a Google mentor. And on the very first day of our Google mentor meeting, we realized that the thing that I was talking about earlier, like how you just build something and then you find the problem to it. So we had that moment, we had that aha or the eureka moment in our very first mentor meeting when we realized that while we have built this thing, we have not marketed or we have not built it in a way that people would be willing to use it. Because the way we had built it, it was something like that. Okay, this is a product that if you are someone who belongs to any of these diverse backgrounds, you can use it and you can get a job. And this was a message that was a very wrong kind of message, because it was like something like, okay, we are just giving away jobs to these people because they belong to certain categories, which is a message that we did not want to send. And then we completely like changed that whole messaging. We changed the features inside the application to now make it something like, okay, this is an opportunity for both the employers to tap into this diverse market, to tap into this diverse talent, and it's beneficial to both of them, because by tapping into this diverse talent, they are able to access different viewpoints while they bring while they bring their products to production, let's say whatever they are doing. And by and the same goes for the for the candidates as well, that they are also well versed with the skill set that is required for the job. They are not just getting hired because because they're part of this, they tick the right boxes, let's say. So this was a message that we had to do. And in the application, the changes that we made were that we changed the we added a upskill section where people could come and learn the skills, and if they're not confident about their skills, they can learn it, and then they get some sort of that okay, they have completed this, and then they can get like ahead with the jobs and anything, interview practice, resume, all of these things. And the same goes for the employers as well. We added diversity recruiting knowledge there, so they can understand, they can like their recruiters can watch videos and all of these content to understand why diversity recruitment is important to the organization. So it was something that was a completely different, and this is something that I would say why this is something you should do, because it will change your mind about how you view things. Normally it will give you perspective on a lot of things, like what we think right now. Uh, we are not able to think, we think very black and white. So once you try to do something like this now, you will understand there's a lot of shades of gray. And that's the whole point, like capture that, understand that, and then you'll be able to build something that will be really amazing. So yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Something that I would like to, point here is that even though you make the project, always be ready to innovate and always be ready to accept changes and accept changes and diversify it. As Sneha ma'am told us, I still remember that as soon as we got selected and we got the mentor, it was a eureka moment because we added many features after that and which made the product even better. So always be ready for change. um, can we have the next slide, be? Yeah. How did you manage time in spite of conflicting priorities like academics or personal life? Uh, because many of us will be having internships, placement seasons coming up. What advice do you have for us? How should we do this?
So the first thing that I would like to say, and this is not like advice for this, but it's just a general thing, which is like, if it is something that is important to you, if it is something that you are passionate about, you can always take time out for it. And this is a very cliche thing to say, and people will be saying this everywhere, and you'll be like, this is not something that actually works. And I agree, but this is something that you need to have. You need to have an alignment with the vision of the project, because if you don't, it will be very easy for you to give up. You can just back out in any time that okay, this is not happening. What's what are we even doing? And just you feel like okay, no, like how many side projects we have as software developers which never get built. I know a lot on my mind right now that thought I will start, I'll do it, and it never got built. But you always need to align yourself with the vision. That is number one. And if I'm talking about how exactly to manage the time, it is to just compartmentalize everything, all the priorities, assign them exact time, and don't be that kind of person who does everything at the very last moment. Do it every day, do a little bit every day. And I am also that kind of a person who studies at the very last minute or something. But sometimes in things like this, if you can just okay, maybe I should just put 1 hour every day for coding. If I can just do 1 hour, this, and if you can measure and track your goals with it every week, you can just set some goals every. So I remember what I did during that time was that I used to have a notebook. I used to just open it up. I used to write down, okay, so we have completed this feature. So this feature is done. This feature is done. And it's always used to run on my mind that, okay, now we have to do this. And every morning I would wake up that, okay, let's try to complete this part by tonight. Let's try to do this by tonight. And every day I would take updates from the guys and on whatever is being built, because it was very important. So it's not even just about managing time, it's also about managing your team, working with the team together with them. Because if you want your interest to be vested in the project as well as the others, you have to have constant communication also. So these are 3 or 4 points collectively that you can use to manage time. I know managing time is a huge solution, is a huge challenge, especially as a student, because you do take on a lot more than you can chew. But this is a skill that if you master this, then I really mean it that you will do really good in life. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, I would highlight some of the things that Sneha ma'am said that I think all of us should keep in mind. Tracking, being consistent is important. Tracking your progress is important. And if it is important to you, you will take out time for it. So these are the three things I will keep in mind, and I would request the participants here to also take note of. Moving on, did you face any challenges while working, and how did you overcome those?
I think we faced a lot of challenges while working, and challenges were not like limited to only like software-based challenges. A lot of this were challenges or that could also be like related to if this is the right direction to go. What should we do now? So we used to question all of these things a lot. So based on, I guess, on the technical challenges, we faced a lot of challenges in deploying the solution. We did not have Google credits and money to actually deploy the solution. We requested them to give us more credits and all of these things. And we because we were all working async, so there's a lot of challenges that you face while explaining things also. So if you were in college versus if you're working like this async, like remote kind of work, so you have to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and if anyone gets stuck, you're able to explain how to move ahead with those things. So the only way I think you can go about overcoming any solution, and this is sorry any challenge, and this is not limited to technical or anything, is first exactly figure out what the problem is. Okay, and this is applicable to everything. Figure out what the problem is, try to find any resources for it. If you're not able to, write it all down, document it somewhere. uh, like try out whatever options you have tried out, write it all down. What's the exact problem, write it down, share it with everyone that you can find. If there's anyone in your connections who has worked on a similar problem, find those people, talk to them, understand how they went about solving this. So as I mentioned, like this previous problem of the technical thing, so what we did was like we already exhausted our credits. So we actually reached out to our mentor. He reached out to the head of the program, and then they awarded us special credits because we were not able to test our solution. So this is the extent that you have to go to sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say here. So and then that can be very simple challenges like okay, you just face some problem, so and then you're not able to work through it. So sometimes we take it on ourselves that okay, why are we not able to do it, and then we just take a lot of time to solve it by ourselves. To understand that you have a team, you do not need to know everything. You can always ask them for help, and there's no wrong or right if you ask them for help. And the opposite also works. Does not mean that any challenge that you face and you just start and like, as soon as you get it, you just go and ask someone. No, try it out for yourself once. Like, try to figure out what it is, what's wrong. So I think this is more or less the framework you can go for while you're trying to face any challenges and how you can go about solving them. So yeah.
Absolutely. It is very, very natural to have challenges and to have problems that come in your way when you're building something like this, or in life in general too. So, as Sneha ma'am pointed out, that building a strategy and communicating it with others, because let us like we are working on a project from home, and it is very different from what it is online. So, because you are at home, communication is the key. And keep everyone in the same page, have a strategy, and communicate. Yes. So, what advice and tips that you would give to students for participating for the upcoming solution challenge?
I would just say, and like, just do it. Like, seriously, just do it. Don't
It's
overthink
an
it.
awesome experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, ma'am, please continue.
don't overthink it. Don't think that what would happen if this happens or that happens, or if we will be able to reach the end of it or whatever. Don't doubt yourself. Just start building. If there are any problems, try to get like people to understand, communicate whatever you feel, and just try to get to the end of it anyhow. Like, don't like stop at any moment. Whatever challenges, whatever things that you have, there are a lot of us. You can reach out to us. You can contact us. You can tell us what your problems are, and we will try to help you in any way we can. Right. And as far as, and even in the very initial stages, I think, uh, find like a finding the problem, even as Anjali mentioned, like it took like half a month to like even find what's the right problem that we should solve. So these are all things that, do your own research, reach out to people, read a lot of things, like read any sort of news articles, any sort of development that is happening, so you will get a lot of idea about what kind of problems exist out there. So once you have drilled down on the problem, then figure out what tech stack people are comfortable with, finalize it, go ahead with it, start building it. Sometimes it'll be slow, sometimes you will feel like we're not making any progress. And like all of these things will happen, but still just keep going on. And I guess towards the end, when you do finally get that product out, that satisfaction that you'll get out from it, that will be amazing. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Something that I learned today was, first of all, I would like to encourage everyone present here to do participate in the challenge. Sneha ma'am, after discussing with you, it was like going through that process from the start till the end again. Um, and to everyone, it's very natural if you come across problems. We are here to guide you and to be with you and to possibly solve them. So please do participate. And thank you so much, Sneha ma'am, for your valuable time and sharing with us all these great things. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Now I will be handing the meeting and the other part of the session to Hardik Bajaj. So Hardik, if you could just take over.
Thank you, Anjali. Okay, so all those who are afraid like PPT मिलेगा या नहीं, obviously PPT मिलेगा. If everyone is afraid PPT मिलेगा. So we were discussing about solution challenge, and thank you so much, Sneha ma'am, for like joining with us today. And it's always a source of motivation when I listen to you. So basically, if your solution is on Google Cloud, if you want to deploy your backend or even front end on Google Cloud, so basically you can redeem you can ask for free Google credits from for this particular solution challenge only, for that can be used on your solution. So these are the process for applying for redeeming for the Google Cloud credits. So basically, you can read this, and those of you who have, so these are just FAQs. Yeah. Okay. So can my solution solve a problem outside of a scope? I don't think so, because there is a weightage for that, as we have given you. And also the recording for this session and everything would be shared with you. And if you have followed GDSC IIITA chapter, then and if you have explored it a little, you would know that after every event, all the details related to that are posted there. Okay, so do follow, please, someone from the members, please share the chapter link with everyone. And on your mail only, you will get this PPT and everything. Plus, so as promised, we will have a quiz. So all those who are interested, don't leave yet. So yeah, and plus some prizes would also be given. So don't worry, and who are the previous winners of the previous quiz. So don't worry. Not only it's a fun quiz, but also you will receive some prizes too. So can I still participate in the solution challenge if there is no developer student club at my university? Yes, you can, but this FAQ is not for you, because this FAQ is basically for those who are not whose institute is not associated with any GDSC. But if you want to make a solution, you are associated with us, so you can directly contact us. Given the implications of social distancing, our ability to test with users was impacted. Will the judges consider this? Obviously, the judges are one of the finest minds of world. They are working as a Google developer or in a very high post in Google. So obviously they will consider that. Everything would be considered, but your efforts and your problem solving, how you are solving that problem, should be clearly seen in your solution. Okay. So, is there any other slide? Okay, so Q&A. So I think Q&A is fine, but I think first we can keep a quiz, right? So that because
Hardik, sorry
yes,
to
sir.
interrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, before the Q&A and quiz, I just want to summarize everything because there's a lot of information. And first of all, I would like to thank Sneha ma'am for joining with us and guiding all the participants and giving such a valuable advice. And thank you, Anjali and Hardik also. And just to summarize everything, Google Solution Challenge is basically you have to solve a community problem using a Google technology. So what is the theme for this solution challenge? The theme is to solve one or more than 17 sustainable development goals of United Nations. Someone can please share the link of 17 goals in the chat, so everyone will be aware of it. So your solution should solve one or more of the 17 goals using Google technology. So you can use one or more Google technology or Google platform to utilize in your solution. For example, if you want to build Android app, Android is a platform offered by Google. So if you are utilizing Android, then your solution is automatically eligible for the solution challenge. So try to solve one of the 17 goals using one or more Google technologies. And how you can start building the solution? First of all, join the IIITA chapter, because you have to be the member of GDSC in able to register for the solution challenge. So do join the GDSC IIITA chapter, because it's very important and the first step.
निकाल ले तुमको हम 500 कम दे दूं या 1000 कम दे जैसे मनोज के कहें भैया
I think someone is unmute. Hardik, can you please look into?
Yes, sir. I've muted everyone now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So moving forward. Yeah. So after joining the GDSC chapter of IIITA, you can start building your solution. Someone please share the link of GDSC IIITA chapter in the chat, so participants can join the chapter. So please make sure you are a part of GDSC IIITA in order to participate in the solution challenge, and then you can start building your solution according to the timeline. We will share everything with you, and also you can find the session recording along with the session slides on the event page from which you all joined and registered there. So keep an eye on event page. You will get all the information about the session recording and slides there. And you can also check out the official website of Solution Challenge to get to know more about this challenge, the timeline, and everything related to Solution Challenge is also available on the official website. So please make sure you go through the website and you join the IIITA chapter first. So yeah, so now I think we can proceed to the Q&A, and then we can have the quiz. So if you have any question, you can post it in the chat or unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Okay, so one question was there. Tejas sir, will you please answer it? Guys, no, sorry. It was like do students from the from different institute, not from GDSC IIITA, if they can join this, if they can take part in this solution challenge? Can other college students participate in this challenge who are not part of GDSC?
Absolutely, they can participate in the solution challenge. The only criteria for this participation is you have to be a member of any Google Developer Student Clubs. So by member, I mean if you go to the GDSC IIITA page, you will find a button there stating join us. So click on that button and join the GDSC IIITA chapter. And after that, you can submit your project through Solution Challenge and you are eligible to participate through GDSC IIITA.
No. You can make groups with your other friends too from different colleges too. As I said, you just have to join the chapter, GDSC IIITA chapter, whose links are shared, right? These developers.google/community/GDSC. No, our college name, obviously. So once you are
One
a
thing
part
I
of
want to
chapter, you
add
have joined
here.
the chapter.
Yeah, if you want to make a group with other college students also, make a note of it that in the registration form you have to provide name of the university, and it's the single field, like you can't specify name for each and every member. So if you are making group with other college students, you have to decide which institute name or which college name you are going to fill in the registration form. So you can form team with other college students also, but you have to specify only one institute while registering for the solution challenge. Okay, so next question. Do we use our college ID or personal ID? It's your choice. You can use either of the IDs, but I would suggest to register with the personal IDs.
Yeah, so in solution we have to submit code, right? Yeah, solution basically not exactly you can say code. You have to provide solution. Yeah, you have to submit code also. And the main the main thing they focus on is your demonstration video. It's a 2-minute demonstration video that you have to prepare. Like you can, firstly tell what was the problem and then what solution you have created. That is the thing they more focus, they are more inclined towards, right? So yeah, you have to submit your product. Obviously you have to submit that also, but yeah, and team can be less than 4 also, but maximum strength of team is 4 only. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just to make things clear, from
Yes,
which
sir.
ID, the ID which you are going to use to join the GDSC IIITA chapter, use same ID for while registering for the solution challenge, because that will be cross-checked if your ID is registered with any GDSC chapter or not. And if it's not registered, you are not eligible for the solution challenge. So yeah, no problem if you are created the account using college ID, register using college ID, fill the email field using college ID only, and like keep one ID everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Don't use multiple IDs, like you are creating with personal ID and then registering with college ID. So it will create confusion. So just keep one ID everywhere.
Okay, so rest of us, please stick with us. After this Q&A session, there will be a quiz, and I think you all are really excited about that. So yeah, so sir, he's saying that it's showing error while using personal ID. Okay, we will check it and we'll come back to you. Okay, I don't think it's it should show error while personal ID. Plus, those of you who are not in the orientation session of GDSC, so the quiz would be basically on Kahoot. And those of you who don't know about Kahoot, basically, so what we will give you a room ID or something like that, some link, and questions would be displayed on the screen, on this screen only, and you have to submit answer on your device. Okay, so it is suggested that you use mobile for the link, and on mobile you submit your answers by seeing questions on this screen only. Okay, the questions will not be displayed on your mobile phone. That's what I want to say, and I think we can start the quiz now.
I
Yeah.
think just a minute.
Yes.
Before jumping to the quiz section, so are there any more questions like you want to ask or any more doubts?
Sir, I have doubt.
Yes.
Sir, I am first year student and not more knowledge of coding and development. How can I do it and can I do it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Tarun, you can you please go back to the resources slides? Yeah, next slide. Yeah, okay. For those student who don't have any prior like coding experience, or who don't know any of these Google technologies and how to utilize them in your solution, you can go and check out these self-paced code labs. These are specially designed for beginner level, and you can just start learning these technologies while building your project. And trust me, it's the best way to learn anything. So if you are participating in solution challenge, you can parallelly learn these technologies. So it will be a nice opportunity for you to learn this and also implement those in a solution challenge. And yeah, I think this answers your question.
Sir, where can I find self-paced code labs?
Yeah, you can go through the PPT. Once the session is over, we will update the PPT and the recording on event page. So go through the slides, and you can click the hyperlink uh, shown by the pointer, code labs links here. So you
Sir,
can
where?
access those code labs.
Yes, sir. Where you, sir, upload these slides?
These slides and all will be uploaded on event page and also will be sent through email. So please
Yes,
look
sir.
out for the email also,
Okay,
and
sir.
do check out the chapter page regularly for updates regarding the solution challenge. And
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
to join the Discord also, we also post updates there. So if you have any queries, you can also ask there, or if you want any help in the solution challenge, you can ask in the Discord. Any more questions? Yes, anything you want to ask, or if you want to know about team's experience while building the solution, building inclusive for the solution challenge, anything you want to ask, you can ask now. We have 1 minute for the Q&A left, then we will proceed to the quiz. Okay, deadline for registering. So you can register now. There's no strict deadline, but do check out the timeline on the official website. You have to submit your project between 15 March to 30 March. So please make sure you check the timeline to get the details about everything like submitting and further steps. You can form the team with your batchmates or join the Discord server of GDSC IIITA, and you can form team with our community members also. Just ask there, and yeah, you can form the teams there itself. Or you can participate individually also. There's nothing like you have to be in a team. The maximum size is 4.